Now we are going to cut out the flattened design here. I'm going to cut them out here, and you have to survey your straw board in such a way you can maximize the use of every inch of the straw board, so you minimize wastage. Now this green cotton mat is called the self-healing cotton mat. So even when I take my cutter and I cut something through it, doesn't show any incision. It covers up immediately. It's very important when you're cutting paper with sharp implements. You have this on your table. It protects your table and it keeps your blade sharp, because if you cut on another kind of surface, it will weaken the edge. Your edge has to be very sharp. I have two types of cutters here. I have the smaller one and I have the larger one, and they are all serrated with lines. Serrated. This is a bit rusty. They're serrated lines. When you take the plier, you cut it to bring out a new edge. I think I'll be doing that because this doesn't look too sharp enough. And of course we have our pencil, our eraser. I have two types of metallic rulers here. This ruler is the 12 inches ruler. It's also 30 centimeters. And the second one is twice that size. This is 24 inches and 61 centimeters. It comes really handy when you are dealing with a very large straw board. I'll be using my longer metallic ruler. Now this self-healing mat, the one I have here, is divided into 1 centimeter measured lines. It helps a lot. So if you want to cut something out, you just align it, align the paper, the straw board properly. You see, I made it aligned here, made it smooth aligned here, and this also, so it fits smoothly into the line down and line across. So we have your X and your Y. And so when you want to make any cut, you align from one side of the straw board to the other side to meet the lines and to help you to get accurate measurements and very straight lines. You see. Okay. So I'm going to snap off. That's what we're going to do now. We're going to measure. So we're going to put this design onto here. That's the next thing. I'm going to start by cutting the bigger one, which is 16 by 16 centimeters square. Afterwards, I'll cut out 13 by 13 centimeters square. I don't want to trust the edge of my straw board too much, so I'm going to start with an allowance. Just start like this. Okay. To the base. I want you to see it, so I'm going to put it something that's going to be very clear. Okay, so I'll be putting this line through from this thicker line to this other one. Make sure the paper doesn't move. So mark it first. Mark it also here first. Then you draw it down. You press down on the ruler so it doesn't move. Now I'm going to start with my 13 by 13. These are 5, 5, 5. That's 10. And I want to do 16 by 16. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. That is 15. Then one more this side. 1, 2, 3. And one more. We have our 16 down. So this is already 16 centimeters. write it down. It is 16 centimeters. Now I want to do another one, 16 across. I'm going to put another allowance here. Be sure that, because you might be dealing with a straw board you've used previously and the lines were not accurately cut. Let me give another allowance. So I'm going to start measuring 16 from here. You see? Okay. So this is another 16. 5, 10, 15, and this is 16. Then this is also work on it to the other side. 5, 10, 15. Another line across. Okay, so we have a perfect 16 here. 16. So this is 16 by 16, and this one is 16. Now I'm going to move to this next side, and I'm going to cut out my 13 next to it. In case I want to make another box here, I'll leave this. I don't touch this for 16. Now I'm going to make the cover 13 by 13. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, this 5, 10, then 1, 2, 3. Okay, put a mark here. Five, 10, 1, 2, 3. Okay, put the line across. Hold it firmly. This is 13. And I want to make another line that will go give me 13. So I'll shift the board a bit. Align everything properly so that make accurate measurements. That's why the healing mat is very important. It makes your work really easy. If you don't have a healing mat, you just use a set square. So the set square will help you to have accurate right angles. So if you don't have the healing mat, use the set square. Works hand in hand with it, or you get an L-shaped metallic ruler. That will also help. Now I'm going to measure 13. It's 5, 10, 1, 2, 3. Mark it here, and also mark it below here. Now go across firmly, gently. Make sure all the lines are aligned. You have to have accurate measurements when making these boxes so they fit perfectly. So I have the 13 by 13 ready. This is 16, this is 13. I'll erase this so that it doesn't cause any confusion when I'm cutting it out. Alright? Okay. From this we're gonna have our cute little boxes. Cute little boxes. Cute bases. Alright. And we're going to use this to cut it out. I'm going to cut out like this. I'm going to cut out down. Then I'm going to cut across. I'll take it down here. Across. But before I cut it out, I'm going to make a final precautionary to make sure I got everything accurately. This is 13. This is 13. This is 13. And this is 13. Cool. So we have this, the 16, the 16, 16, and 16. So we have our 16 and our 13, base and cover, base and cover. So next thing is for us to cut them out. So I want to show you how to make a cleaner cut, because this is a bit blunt, so I'm going to use this plier to cut this along one of the lines. I'll use this plier to cut along one of the lines to introduce a sharper edge right now. So you take it gently, put it across here, slide it to this lower part so that the blade should be nearer to the holder. Now snap it downwards. Okay, wasn't too clean, but we have a new edge that is really sharp. And you take this blade and put it somewhere very safe. Wrap it in paper and trash it. So we have a nice clean edge ready to cut. Please keep these implements away from children. They're very sharp, very sharp. So I want to start cutting out the straw board. Line it properly, give it a firm pressure. Make sure it is exactly on the line. Now with your cutting knife, don't go too deep yet. You're going to go over twice. Do a slight cut to establish the groove. Slight cut. Don't let the pressure be too much. I'll go over it again. And press it deeper. Press it properly. Press it in more. And make sure you press down. You press down the okay. You do it again. Make sure you do this on a very steady table. It doesn't shake. So we have this. It's out. A clean cut. We have this nicely cut. Set this aside and complete this. And then you take the other edge, turn it around. By the time you perfect using it, you know the right pressure when you want to cut. But I prefer to cut twice, because if you exert too much pressure the first time, you go in another direction. I'm going to cut off this line too. Once, the second time, very firmly goes off. That's it. Perfect. You need good lighting to see this properly. Once, twice. I trash this. I don't need this either. Okay, I'll use this for another box. So we have our 16 by 16. Look at it again. The lines, the calibration on the straw, on the healing mat. Make sure it's perfect. We have it perfect. So I'll set this aside. Now I'm going to cut out the 13 by 13. Let's put this here. I'm going to apply the same principles. Make sure the lines are. So press it down firmly and take it over it slightly. A second time. Is it detaching? It's detaching. Let's take this end. I'll set this aside. Now I want to remove this 13. I want to cross check. This is 13. So this is my cut line. Remove this so you don't get confused. Also remove this, not wanted. One, two. You see? It's still feeling matte, it's still smooth. So we have our 13 by 13 now. We have the two of them ready. It's following our design. This is the base, and this is the cover. See? This is the cover. This is the base. So we're going to the next stage where we're going to cut out this design into it.